of course, the majority of you who are familiar with my channel know that my husband Joe did not leave me. He just left to go home to Belize, and I wanted to put a clickbait title because I'm tired of these videos not getting any views. But it's not a lie, right? He really left, but he didn't leave me. So he went home for his father's funeral. His dad died a few days ago.
You're watching the Bare Pantry Show.
His mom passed away November the 14th, 2022. And then January the 17th, 2023, he lost his dad. They were both advanced in age, the mom being 84 and the dad being 91. But still, back to back like that, as you can imagine, that's a gut punch. So through some money maneuvering and a lot of generous donations from you guys, he was able to go home with his sister Myrna. And they're there now for the funeral. So I'm starving while he's gone because he's the one that does all the cooking. How is it that I'm the owner of the Bare Pantry Show, but he's the one that does all the cooking? I always tell you guys that anyways. You know, I'm just the face and the voice, and I do all the breads and the cakes, stuff like that. But a lot of the meats and the rice and stuff, you guys see that Joe does that, right? So anyways, what I'm eating here is some tuna fish that I made a little salad out of. This is half of a grapefruit that I peeled out of the skin and stuff. This is half of a piece of bread. Now, I'm going to be honest. I already ate the other half of the bread like this with a little bit of tuna on it because I was hungry while setting up for this, because this is the first time I'm setting up in front of my green screen in my new studio. It's one of these pull-down ones. I'm going to have Josh grab another camera for me and tape it like a short or a reel so I can use the footage, right? But then you guys can also see, I'm going to put it off to the side somewhere where you guys can see how it looks. Grab the camera, Josh, while I eat. And just show them the whole green screen, the lighting, the whole setup, okay, babe? Mm-hmm. So let's start eating. You can move it over.
Right, like this was.
Right there. I could tell them what that one is for once you start the camera. Okay? So I told Joe I'm going to be cutting my calories because I blame him for my lack of weight loss. Okay, so this light over here, this ring light, I have that more on the green screen to get rid of any shadow that might be behind me because I'm sitting fairly close to the green screen, right? I suppose I can move out a little bit. No. I could move out a little bit because when I did, the camera lens is so wide that it was catching wall and wall. It wasn't just being on the green screen, and that's the way it has to be for me to drop something pretty in the background. I might put something from Belize or something back there. I don't know. So yeah. Josh, you see the whole thing, right? Got my one little camera going, two little lamps on my face. That one over there, my little table, little stool that I'm sitting on. Behind me is a closet without any doors. And that's where the dog stays, so I had to kind of move her bed a different angle. Josh was showing you the whole studio, so I kind of like this. I've not been able to use the green screen before. Did you show him the top to see how the green screen comes out the wall? It's like a...
Or like when our school projection.
Yeah, projector thing, right? I couldn't use it before because the dog didn't want to get out the room because she's so afraid she's going to lose her spot in here because she lost her spot in the other room. Thank you, Josh. So, I have a video on how to make this and put that up as a short or a reel. Well, as both. It's just regular tuna in the water. Red, yellow, orange peppers, like, you know, bell peppers, some onion. I didn't have any of the little banana hot peppers. Are those called banana peppers?
That's yellow pepper. Yellow pepper or banana pepper, I think it goes by.
Okay. Cool name. The one from El Pato, the brand. Thank you, Josh.
I know we still have some.
I know, I just don't want to go clean the fridge to know.
They always get hidden. Yeah.
So I would usually cut that up in there or cut up some jalapeno. I didn't have none of those. So I just threw some cayenne for some heat. Just a little bit. And a little touch of mayo, some mustard. I don't want to overdo. And then this half a grapefruit from this morning breakfast. So this is my lunch plus dinner. Anyway. I don't like to share too much publicly when any members of my family is actually en route, you know, traveling. I don't know what makes me nervous about that. About sharing it with the public, right? But the people who I have their phone number, they knew. And last night I did a live where he was still here and telling him thank you for all the donations, and we'll make a video when he gets back thanking everybody for the donations, right? Some people want to remain anonymous, and don't worry, I'll keep you anonymous. So he's gonna be gone for like 4 or 5 days. And let me tell you, child, when he left, I was lonely. Well, not lonely, I was a little bit afraid, because I was here for the first time by myself at night. A lot of the times I'm here by myself during the day. Josh and Jada are gone, Joe's gone somewhere. I'm fine during the day. At night, it was a different situation. It felt creepy. I closed all the drapes early, right? Because they left, Joshua and Jada went to go take him to, well, he drove to the airport and then they brought the truck back home. So they left like 7:40. They didn't get back till 1 o'clock. Why? In the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning. Why? They hit some bad traffic coming back 15 miles away from home. It took them 1 hour to go 2 miles. And then they got to another exit where they just got off and went by road for 13 miles, and it took them another hour. I guess everybody was doing the same thing, right? We still don't know what happened. They said some kind of accident. I swept, I mopped, I did laundry. I sewed this shirt on hand, no machine. Don't come too close to these stitches, okay? I mean, they're gonna hold, but they're not always neat. I even hemmed the sleeve today. I still have to hem the tail. The tail is not hemmed yet, but I wanted to wear this today so badly, so I'm wearing it. So Joe and his sister left from California. Joe's dad has six. Well, people say when you're dead, you're not gone. You're still alive in the other realm. So he had or has, whatever, 6 kids with Joe's mom. 2 girls and 4 boys. 2 boys and 1 girl lives there in Belize. And then 2 boys and 1 girl live here in America. The other boy lives in Oklahoma. He can't make it, so Joe and the other sister went. He has 3 bio kids with his wife that he has now. And they're all young. Like, I think the oldest one is like 40, mid-40s. The next one's like late 20s. The next one's like mid-20s. They're all young. And then he raised a bunch of kids. He raised one with Joe's mom till he was like a teenager when they separated. And then he raised 1 son from the wife. You know, with the wife, I guess they're counting him as kid number 10. Because he has 9 bio kids. And then he raised a bunch of nieces and nephews from the wife. He has 17 grandkids. Let's start the community feed. Somebody posted a video online. I downloaded the video. Put my own music over it because I can't put the Luther Vandross music and stuff. I'll get copyright strike. And I just put it as unlisted so you guys will see the death announcement. You hear somebody cutting their lawn? This studio is right at the front of the house, so a lot of the sounds are gonna come through, but I know you guys don't mind. Well, their flight left at 1:05 in the morning. They had to get out of the airport for 10. Because for international flights, it's 3 hours in advance. You have to be there, right? Joe left from here with the kids. Picked up his sister Myrna in LA. From here to the airport is like 70 miles one way. From here to LA is like 50 miles. So they got to the airport fairly early. But it took them 1 hour to navigate that departing lanes to get to the right area for them to check in and stuff like that. Right terminal. They left on time. They arrived in Dallas, Texas at 6:05 in the morning. Dallas time. So that would be 4 or 5 in the morning California time. So from 1:05 to 4 or 5, 3 hours, right? That sounds about right. Joe called me. I told him, text me so I could wake up and see that you were safe in Dallas, right? He called me. I woke up, I talked to him. He started to ask me something about somebody else that was supposed to go, and we haven't heard from that person, so I was tracking that person. I said in one of my live, one of the cousins was going to go, that we were going to meet for the first time, but he couldn't make it because his flight was delayed several times out of New York, so he couldn't go after all. He told me to text the cousin through WhatsApp because we thought he was already in Belize. The cousin's answering me back and I fell asleep with the phone in my hand. I was tired. I went to bed at like after 1. And then here I am trying to have a full text conversation at 4, right? Fell back asleep. And I can go right back to sleep. I'm that person. I can go right back to sleep. At 7:50 my time, he calls again and he goes, they're boarding us now on the plane because that's supposed to be, did I get it right? Yeah, 9:50 their time, Texas time. I'm like, okay, the plane's on time. Fell back asleep again. Woke up at minutes to 8 when Jada was leaving for work and she came to tell me goodbye. I'm like, I better get up. This sleep is not working. It's not giving me what it needs to give me. I better get up. I can always nap in the middle of the day, right? I got up. Continued to sew my little blouse. Taped a short out of this, making the salad. Figured I'm gonna do this mukbang. So this mukbang is like thrown together last minute. It wasn't really planned out. Anywho, I'm waiting to hear from Joe. He's supposed to land in Belize 12:15 Belize time, which is the same time Dallas time, but 10:15 California time. Here comes 11:15 no Joe, 12:15 no Joe, 12:45 no Joe. It was almost like 5 minutes before 1 my time, which is 5 minutes before 3 their time, when Joe called. And he goes, I'm at Myrna's house already. Myrna has a house down there. And I'm logged on to the people Wi-Fi, the Myrna's son Wi-Fi. And I call you from WhatsApp to let you know we're safe. We got here about 40 minutes ago. And I go, what happened when you guys got there so late? Because I thought maybe they just picked him up and took him places and he wasn't near Wi-Fi. And I told him, activate the stupid $10 thing a month. Well, not a month, a day. It's $10 a day for international with AT&T for you to have unlimited talk, text, and data. But it's $10 every day. He's going to be there, what, 5-6 days? That's $50, $60 when he gets back on the bill. I'm like, look, we'll eat that cost just so I can have contact with you, right? Anywho, he said they put them on the plane, but they stayed on the tarmac forever. I guess it wasn't their turn to take off. I hate when that happens. I know every disappointment is for the better when you don't take off on the set time. I figure you averted an accident or something, but I always want to pee. And I'm like, do I go? When are we leaving? Do I go? Then when you get up, you can't go when the plane is ascending. You have to wait for it to level off to 37,000 feet before they say, you can go to the bathroom now. That takes a while. 15, 20 minutes, half hour, right? I don't like traveling. That's why I didn't even try to go. I'm like, we're just going to find the money for you to go. Don't get me wrong with what I'm going to say, because I have no beef with none of Joe's family in Belize. Matter of fact, a bunch of them out down there really like me, really love me. But it's his family anyways. He should go. Don't worry about me. I'm good. You should go. I love grapefruit, but I love the red one like this. The ruby red grapefruit. Here we go. It looks like shrimp. This morning for breakfast I had waffle. You know how when you cook the waffle in the waffle iron, it's 4 pieces? I have 2 pieces, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and half of the grapefruit. Drank a lot of water, and then this is what I'm having for dinner / lunch. I might be hungry later on, So when I'm doing it, I'm gonna go make some chicken soup, but just like some soup, most of the chicken with the broth and some vegetables, not a whole bunch of palabra in there, and just have a little bit of that later. I'm cutting my calories because I'm gonna show Joe when he gets back, I would have lost 7 to 10 pounds. I mean business. I'll tell Joe, for breakfast tomorrow, babe, I want 1 slice of my sourdough bread that I made, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and a serving of fruit. Tell me why when I wake up, this man have an egg, not a whole lot of egg, 1 egg, 1 slice of bacon. People don't believe us when we say we eat 1 slice of bacon. We really do. We get that thick, what do you call it? Applewood smoked something bacon from Costco. And we literally eat 1 slice because we know that's something that we're indulging in, right? 1 slice of bacon, or he'll have a slice of ham or something and some avocado. I'm like, this is too much. I mean, it's not a bad meal, but it's too much. I'm like, I can't. All this stuff is high in calories. Even the avocado that's good for me is high in calories. So I was watching another content creator that I like, and this is so good. It's like tickling my tongue with the tartness. He brought, I guess this guy, you would call him a content creator too, but he's actually a prophet. And he has a church somewhere here in California in Simi Valley. And the church looked packed all the time. I wouldn't want to go there right now in the pandemic because nobody to wear a mask, and I'd be so afraid that I would get that thing again. But I've been watching this guy on the internet, right? Young, skinny guy. I think he's some type of African. I don't know which one though, what country. So he has services where he prophesies, then services where he's just like preach and teach or whatever. So I caught a couple of his prophecy type services, and they're kind of, what do I want to say, entertaining while at the same time being kind of like, oh, is that true? You know, is that for real? How did he know that, right? So Joshua always feels like everybody's cold reading. The only way I would personally know if he's legit is if I go there and he tells me something nobody else knows. That's how you know they're legit, right? They confirm things. But I ain't going there. People have driven 3,000 miles to go see him because they want healing and stuff. He's a healer too, right? Because God only reveals the things that he intends to heal. So if you go in front of a prophet or a prophetess and they tell you something that you're doing or you're embarrassed to know that they know that, it's not to embarrass you. It's because he wants to heal you from it. So if you're out there hoeing and the Lord showed the prophet your hoeing ways, it's because he wants you to stop that. So yeah, that's the only way that I would know that he's legit, because I don't know those people in that room when he's telling them different things. Especially when the prophet tells somebody that this was going to happen to them, but God stopped it. How do we know that? How do we know that a legit accident was going to happen to that person, or a sickness or something, but God stopped it? We don't know that to be true, right? So the other ones where he talks about, sorry guys, where he talks about, you know what I don't like with a prophecy type service, because I've been in a lot of prophecy type service. I don't like when they call somebody up, like they would call me up to give me a prophecy, but then go, who came with you? And then bring up like maybe my sister-in-law or somebody else, a cousin or somebody who went with me. And then they start to prophesy to them. I'm like, what the hell? You called me up. And then they'll tell you one thing. Okay, you need to do blah, blah, blah. Done. I hate those kind. Anyways, me, Joe, and Jada one time went to what do you call it? A prophecy service? And at the church that we attended. And when we got in there, there was this white lady in there. I'm not going to call her name because later on I saw videos about her where she was being kind of racist. So I didn't know who she was. And she just sat there in the middle of the church by herself looking lonely. Like nobody welcomed her. Nobody told her hello. And the color of her skin is very important because the church I went to wasn't like mostly black church. I'm like, damn, nobody said hello to this lady. So me and Joe went over to her and we told her, welcome to the church. We just joined 8 months ago, so it's fairly new to us too. But we saw you sitting here alone and we wondered, would you like to come sit with us, right? She goes, oh my God, how nice. At the same time, somebody who worked at the church for the pastor, like the pastor's right-hand man or whatever, a woman came and snatched her and go, you're not supposed to be out here in the sanctuary. Blah, blah, blah. Called her name, right? I still didn't know who she was. You're supposed to be back here in the office or in the green room or whatever. So the lady left. I'm like, okay, I guess she's important. So the service started and then they brought her out. She was the preacher for the night. And child, she only prophesied over me, Joe, and Jada. She told Jada things Jada didn't want to hear. She told Jada that for her to make it in the music industry, she's gonna have to do gospel. If you know anything about Jada, she hates gospel music. Just like I don't like gospel music. I like hymns more than gospel music, you know? She told me some stuff that resounded with me. When that stuff came to pass, this was back in 2015. And I invited somebody to come be on the show, not Sherry, the reporter guy from local news, Mario. And he said he was going to come, but I wasn't sure. And that lady confirmed that somebody was coming of importance and how it was going to help the show and so on and so on. And that came to pass. I don't remember what all she told Joe, but whatever it is, it came to pass. So she was legit. I just didn't like the reports that I saw on her. And I don't even know if they were true. I didn't investigate. I just kind of shook my head and moved on, right? So this guy is called Prophet Lovey, L-O-V-Y. It might be like Lovey. And I think his second name or his last name is Elias, Lovey Elias. But I think his YouTube channel is called Prophet Lovey, L-O-V-I. Very interesting. That's what I've been caught up in twice a week right now. I watch so much YouTube. I'm telling you, I was made for YouTube, just like Joe was made for Netflix, because he will watch anything that Netflix put out. If it's bad, he watch. If it's good, he watch. Me, I discriminate Netflix. But I will watch YouTube. I watch all the YouTube beefs. I'm always in the live events. I always happen to be in the live when things are going down. I hardly ever speak. I only speak in a few people live events. And when people are summarizing, because you'll have somebody who will summarize what all the beef is about. When those people are summarizing, I'm there right there because I know what happened because I was there. I was in the live, so I know when this thing popped off and what happened and yada yada. So I know if those people are giving a correct summary or whatnot. And there's a bunch of beefs going on right now that's I'm juggling. I'm watching all this stuff. Anyways, guys, I hope I didn't bore you today. Yeah, pray for Joe as he, buries his dad and grieves and everything else there without us, but he's got his family, right? And pray for safe passage back home in a few days, all right? So check out this video right here that I have for you in case you like this one, all right? Bye!
This is the Beth Pantry Show.